Maintaining good health and safety at home. The subheading goes, don't lose sight on things that matter. We often lose sight on things that really matter to our kids, things that really matter for our children's future, toddlers, and hence they end up getting into troubles, and these troubles leads them to probably getting those lifetime injuries, which are regrettable. So in this tutorial, I'm here to enlighten you about how we can maintain a good health and safety home for us, but also, and most importantly, for our toddlers. And if you really pay attention to details, we'll have the safety and health of our kids uncompromised at the end of the day. The table of contents goes, what is health and what is safety, the effects of ignoring or neglecting safety. We also have probably what we can do to ensure our homes are safe, and definitely we cannot skip the positive impacts of maintaining a health and safe home. In later slides, I'll show you how we can details. We have the table of contents, and below we have what health and safety is, what are the effects of neglecting or ignoring health and safety at home, how useful is the health and safety awareness in our communities, but also, and most importantly, in our homes for our kids. Lastly, what's needed to promote good health and safety at home, and of course in our communities. We discuss what health is and what safety is, and you're having health. It's believed to be a state of being free from injuries and illness. And safety basically means the condition of being protected from or unlikely cause injury, risk, or danger to yourself or to people around you. And that is safety. Going further, we'll see how, in case we've neglected safety or neglected health, will basically lead to dangers to our toddlers, but also to us. And we will see the positive outcomes of maintaining health and safe home. Subject number 2 we talked about the effects of neglecting safety at home, but in a society as a whole. And we highlighted uh, some pictorial or pictograms to give us an even brighter or wider overview. Picture number one, the one I labeled lifetime scars. You can find that we all know very well that such kids are innocent. They basically don't know what they are doing. They find themselves in such a situation where they cannot help themselves. It is true that we are monitoring these kids, but we cannot at all time keep an eye on these kids. Therefore, it is upon us to ensure where our kids are playing, the environment they are living in is safe. We've talked about, we've seen the effects of ignoring safety and many more. We've seen kids with lifetime scars, others are left crippled for life or disabled. We find that we really don't want to bring ourselves to such situations, but because of uh, being unaware, I should say, or probably knowing and ignoring, we end up having our kids uh, go through such situations. But at the same time, we can have uh, a good health and safe homes through health and safety awareness, and this can be of a good impact to ourselves but also to our kids. And below is basically how useful this can be to our societies. For example, in our societies today, I'll briefly first talk about what really happens in societies. We find that it's unfortunate to note that many of our people are so engaged in finding survival in whatever and whichever is available, regardless of the effect it or they may have on their lives or our lives, or even the lives of our kids. You find that uh, supposing there is a lady who is preparing what to take, maybe for selling out, and they are flying, supposing some cookies or zombies, and they leave uh, a hot charcoal stove on top of it having hot cooking oil, and they go. You will find that if at a certain home there are toddlers, the toddler will crawl to go and touch this stove, yeah, burning stove and cooking oil, hot one. This cooking oil will pour on the kid, and the results will be very, very critical. So, in so in such societies, you find that so many people are very, very much concerned about what will I take for my customers? I'm getting late, so I have to rush. So you rush and then ignore the kid or neglect the kid. You find that the kid will delay you, and you delay the kid's future for such reasons. Therefore, it is very vital to be very, very precautious in all that we do to ensure a safe home. Going forward, likewise, our dear parents or mothers tend to engage more in looking for or preparing the future for their kids, and hence they leave the toddlers in hands of strangers or mates. Oftentimes, the strangers or maids tend to do their jobs well as per job descriptions, but there is always a loose line. Usually, currently we are having to deal with social media influence. You find that you have your maid, but she's engaged on phone and ignoring the young ones or young one, where they find themselves in danger unknowingly, and this could be very, very disastrous. Going forward, I was talking about the loose line, where they get disconnected from what actually brought them to do. They therefore find themselves neglecting the kids they were obliged to monitor, hence leaving them in total danger, which may even be life-threatening. Mothers too are neither spared in such scenarios. Therefore, it's regrettable. It's a regrettable mistake that can be made by all children caretakers, but the effect could bring. But the effects it could bring to the innocent kids is for a lifetime. Therefore, this brings us back to our question of how useful health and safety awareness in our homes is, or even in our societies. Briefly discuss the useful impact of maintaining a good health and safety home. Number one, health and safety awareness will ensure that all unsafe conditions and properties, all items are unveiled. They will be unveiled. When you really go further to do risk assessment at your home, you'll unveil so many things, properties that can lead to danger, that can injure or cause danger or harm to the kids. We went further and saw that control measures will be put in place and all that is left will be removed, hence creating a safe environment for children to grow in. Number two, this will highlight more on where we go wrong during parenting, and hence it will enable parents to control their wrongs before it's too late. Previously, we talked about where we get disconnected from monitoring these kids, monitoring their movements. Therefore, if you are disconnected from monitoring and you are engaged on mobile phone, the kids will make sure they do wrong. And the only way to ensure that we are monitoring these kids 100% is ensuring that health and safety awareness is fully at home and effective. Number three, we look at how health and safety awareness decreases the risk of toddler accidents. This one will eventually have a decrease in our pockets of expenditure, especially in terms of hospital bills. That's self-explanatory. Health and safety awareness also helps to create a health and safety culture in our homes or societies, and this helps to control or prevent likelihood of future accidents. And so, here we are talking about how this awareness will eventually grow into a health culture whereby it's a normal routine, it's a habit at home, ensuring everything is safe, ensuring and no there is no tolerating unsafe practices at home, all unsafe conditions eliminated or removed. This will create a health and safety culture, a good health and safety culture at home, and this will prevent future accidents or likelihood. Then we'll talk about number five, raising a healthy child, and this will pave way for a future vibrant citizen, which will be helpful to the society. And the tutorial number two, we saw injured children, and if we raise such kids, they really blame us. Their future will be uh, a bit distracted because they will be sidelined. They will be looked at as uh, uh, different people in a society. This will really challenge them and it will distract them on their future. However, if we ensure that kids are raised in a safe and healthy environment, their future will be bright. Lastly, in our tutorial, we'll be looking at the basic necessities of promoting good health and safety at home. There are so many, but as we said, a few basic will be highlighted. However, many more are always there. But for the purpose of this video, we'll talk about a few of them. Number one, we'll ensure that all unsafe practices are avoided at home at all time. At all time. Number two, if we keep away all unsafe items out of reach of our children, we will create a healthy and safe environment, as it can be basically seen in our picture. Number three, put in place guides to prevent toddlers from reaching unsafe or harmful items. We have so many items which are harmful and unsafe to our kids. Even giving an example are the swimming pools. Some of our homes have swimming pools, but if we leave these swimming pools open and unguarded, we will have our kids drawn into them. However, if we keep guards around our swimming pools, this will keep our toddlers safe and away from danger. Number 4, we should repeat the same cycle almost every day. And so they mean this should not be done once, rather it should be done and ensured every day, almost every day. And for that matter, I will have to end here, and probably I'll come back with more healthy and safe programs, and probably all unsafe conditions, all unsafe practices that happen within our environment, within our societies, will be talked about, will be probably highlighted, and we see how we can go about preventing occurrences and controlling accidents at home, but also in our societies. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching my tutorials. Keep around. We'll upload more and more videos to ensure homes are safe, to ensure all our societies are safe and free from harm or harms free.